Alrighty, you guys, it is test time. Not a test for a grade, but just a test to see if I'm full of shit or not. On my 8-month review on the M6 Mark II, I said that I did not think that the M series lenses were good enough to support the 32.5 megapixel sensor. So what I did is I went out and I got 2 of the M series lenses. This is the current kit lens, 15 to 45, and this is the older kit lens, 18 to 55. I'm going to compare these with 2 more non-native lenses, the EFS 10 to 18, and then my Sigma 18 to 35. $800 lens all the way down to a $100 lens. To keep it fair or simple, I'm going to put all of the lenses at 5.6 and I'm going to shoot all at 18 millimeters. I'm going to lock off a shot in my studio and do 4 samples, put it on my switch pod, go outside and do a traditional vlog type thing, and then I'm going to see or have you guys tell me in the comments below whether there's a difference. And then stick around to the very end of the video because it's time to do the giveaway. All right, so in no particular order, this is going to be my first lens, and like I mentioned before, just to keep it fair, but there really is no fair in this because you're comparing different types of lenses, but I'm going to try to keep it as simple as I can. I'm going to shoot everything at 1/60th of a second, f5.6, and ISO 500. So this is sample 1, lens A. I'm going to try to keep the framing the same, so if you look at the sides here, I'm going to try to keep everything the same, but the lenses themselves are different lengths, so that's going to be, either closer or further away from me set up on a tripod. So lens A, let's go ahead and go to lens B. Okay, this is lens B. I tried to get it as close as I possibly could with the other one as far as the framing goes. So let me know what this one looks like compared to the other one in the comments below. And again, I just need to let you guys know that stick around to the end of the video because I'm going to do the giveaway for the gimbal and the Moment lenses. So let's go ahead and move on to lens number 3. All right, so this is lens C. Let me know what you guys think. Try to keep the framing again the same. Look at the stitching, look at the whiskers. Let me know what you guys think down below between A, B, and C. And I think, again, I know there is a difference between video quality and photo quality. So I'm just right now doing the video. And I might throw in some shots at the very end of the same exact scene with all 4 lenses. Let's go ahead and go to the 4th and final lens and see what that looks like. So this is going to be lens D. Okay, so 4th and final lens, you guys let me know which one seems to be the most clear. Taking a look at the stitching on the chair, taking a look at the whiskers. Hopefully the framing was just about the same. And you guys tell me, is the Sigma 18 to 35 the most crisp? Is it the EFS 10 to 18? Is it the older kit lens? What is the older kit lens? The older kit lens is 18 to 55, or the newer kit lens, which is 15 to 45. So that's all I have for the studio setup. Now let's throw it on the switch pod, take it outside, and walk around with it and see if you can see a difference there. Okay, let's go same order. Sigma 18 to 35. It's not image stabilized, it's extremely heavy, and it's expensive. So if cost is something that you're looking into, this is a good studio lens, not a very good vlog lens. You're not going to be able to hold it up very long, and it's not image stabilized. So let's go ahead and put the 10 to 18 on, see what that looks like. Okay, 10 to 18 is on here. It's image stabilized. It's much lighter than the Sigma 18 to 35. And the only downside to this one is it's not a native lens. So if cost is a factor, you have to get a EF to EFM adapter. So, but it's definitely much lighter than the Sigma, and it's lighter than the original kit lens. So let's go ahead and throw the original kit lens on there, or on here, and see what that looks like. Okay, 18 to 55, right? So 18 to 55, image stabilized. A little bit heavier than the 10 to 18. Definitely not as heavy as the Sigma. but there's definitely some vignetting happening at 18 millimeters with the polarizer, or the ND filter, the variable ND. Since I'm shooting outside, I've got to put something on there, otherwise it's going to be completely blown out. So that's something to consider as well. Let's go ahead and put the last lens on here and get back to the studio so we can do this giveaway. Okay, last lens, 15 to 45, image stabilized. It's probably very close to the same weight as the 10 to 18. The benefit for this one, obviously you don't have to have an adapter to put it onto the camera, so it's going to be lighter in the long run, so you don't have that weight of the adapter, and it's inexpensive. So those are the 4 lenses with the vlogging. I kind of stayed on this path so you can get an idea of the background blur, all at 5.6, and I think that's it. Let's get back into the studio, give you my final thoughts, and let's do the giveaway. Okay, so now that we're back into the studio, what have we learned from looking at the footage? I don't think that there is a difference between all 4 of these lenses shooting in that specific situation. So we need to talk a little bit about each individual lens and where it shines and where the drawbacks are. So the Sigma 18 to 35 is on here right now. Let's go ahead and talk about the negatives in the vlogging situation. So it's a heavy lens. You're not going to really be able to hold it up for very long as you are walking around, so it's not very feasible. It kind of defeats the purpose of the lightness of the M series cameras. So it's kind of ridiculous putting an extremely heavy lens on a light body. It has loud focusing motors, so if you have a top mounted microphone, it's going to pick that sound up. It's expensive and it's not stabilized. So if you do have the ability to hold the camera out in front of you and you're walking around with it, eventually your arm's going to get tired, you're going to shake a little bit more, and having an internal stabilized lens helps with that. This one doesn't, so you have to rely on the stabilization, the electronic stabilization within the M series cameras. And the last thing is you need an adapter, which puts more weight onto the lens itself, so it doesn't fit natively on there. If you look at the positive sides of it and what you're actually paying for, you know, the $700+ for the lens, you're getting a fast lens. So that means you can let the most light in. It's an f1.8. So you end up having a certain look to the lens, a blurry background, performs better in low light, which opens the possibility of it being more versatile. So you're paying for that. And I think that's about it. So let's go ahead and move on to the next lens, which is the 10 to 18. I'm going to go ahead and put it on the camera and then talk about it. So be prepared to see the entire studio as it is. The microphone, my bookshelves, I mean, everything. So let's go ahead and put this thing on there and talk about it. All right, so next up we have the EFS 10 to 18 millimeter. So the negatives on this one is the limited focal range, only 10 to 18. So we're looking at like, what is that, 8 millimeters? Other than that, we're looking at a poor low light performer. The maximum aperture on this is 4.5. And then you need that additional adapter in order to run it off of the M series cameras. So the price of the the price of the lens is somewhere around $250. You can get an adapter for $35 or all the way up to $200, depending upon where you get it and which brand you go for. But on the positive side, I think the focal length is also a pretty good focal length for vlogging. So you can get the camera straight up, you know, really close to you. It's a macro lens. It has the STM motor, so it's going to be quiet if you have a camera mounted microphone, and it is stabilized. So all of these things I believe is going to be a positive for this. And now let me go ahead and showcase the 10 millimeter. So take a look right now. This is at 18 and 10 is going to be really wide. All right, so as you can see, 10 millimeters is a very wide angle. So you can see basically my entire studio. You can almost see the roof, or you do see the roof or the ceiling of my room. Basically, you see everything with the exception of the, you know, the first 2 feet of the room. So 10 millimeters, pretty cool wide angle aspect. So there you have it for this one. Let's throw the 18 to 55 on there and talk about this one. Not a whole lot of negatives here on the 18 to 55. The only thing that I can come up with is the low light performance. It's a 3.5 aperture, so you're not going to get as blurry of a background as the Sigma. It's going to perform better than the 18 or the 10 to 18, but still it's not going to be that great. So if you're really concerned with a certain look to the lens, this might be a negative for you. Positives, it has the STM motor, so if you have a camera mounted microphone, it's going to look pretty good. I think the 18 to 55 is a very versatile focal range, so that's pretty good. It's image stabilized, so you can carry it around along with the electronic stabilization in the camera. It's pretty good. And it's a native lens, so you don't have that additional weight of the adapter. And the last thing is the price. I mean, you can't beat a $100 lens. You can get this renewed on Amazon, or you can get it as a refurbished lens with the Canon website. So all around, I think this is a pretty good performer. Let's go ahead and throw the last lens on here, which is the original 10 to 45. Oh, actually, you know what? Another thing. This is the build quality on this one's actually much better than the build quality on the 15 to 45 kit lens. This one's pretty solid, but this one, I mean, you can actually kind of feel or hear the lenses or the stabilization in here kind of wobbling around a little bit. That one's a little bit more like a tank. So let's go ahead and switch these out and then talk about this last one. Okay guys, last lens, 15 to 45. Just like the previous lens, we're looking at not the best low light performance. It's at 3.5 aperture. The build quality is a little bit cheap, plasticky feeling. It has that horrible lens lock on the side where you have to push it and turn the lens to activate it. And then when you shut it off, push it, turn the lens and lock it. Don't like that. And then just overall, it just doesn't seem like that good of a build quality. I mean, it really does feel like you're holding a cheap lens. Now, I use those two words, cheap and inexpensive. Just because something is inexpensive doesn't mean that it's bad. But when I talk about something that feels cheap, it kind of has like a bad feeling to it. So take that for what it is. Now let's go ahead and move to the positive sides. It has the STM motors. You're not going to hear the lens focusing at all if you have the mounted microphone on top. The focal range, 15 to 45, is really versatile. The mount on the camera, it's a native mount, so you don't have to worry about the additional adapter. So everything's pretty good. And other than that, I think we're good. So you know what that means? It's giveaway time. But there's always something. Before I get to the giveaway, I just need to let you guys know how I'm doing this. Right now, I'm shooting this current video, this section of the video, 5 days away from the actual deadline of the giveaway. Every time somebody made a comment about where they were, I wrote it down on a sheet of paper as random as I possibly could. I have number randomizers on my phone, so when I actually do the giveaway, I'll just put 1 through whatever it is, hit the randomization, and it'll pick a number, and then I'll announce the winner. So let's get on to the giveaway. In a second, I'll be in brand new clothes, new shave, because it's going to be a new day. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you guys are looking for any of these lenses, I have an affiliate link in the description below. If you guys want to pick up any of these things, use those affiliate links. It helps this channel out a lot. I would appreciate that. And if you don't want to do that, no big deal. Just go about your business, and let's get to the giveaway. All right, so we got a new day, new shave, same clothes, just to keep continuity to the same. It is now September 19th, a little bit after 12 o'clock. So here's what I've got. I've got 1 through 192. I'm going to post an email in the description below, so the winner, please contact me with that email with your address so I can get this sent out to you, or you can contact me through Instagram. So on my phone, I've got my randomizer 1 through 192, and we got 132. So 132 is 132. Oh, where we at? 132 is Alex Marin from California. 132nd comment. So congratulations, Alex Marin from California. Contact me through that email down below or through Instagram. We'll go to the second one, number 97. 97 is Gahalam FTGR from Indonesia. So again, just in case, send me an email through that email link down below or through Instagram. And the third one, 56. So 56 is Jay Lee from the UK. So all three of you guys, go ahead and send me your addresses down below. Well, first of all, the winner, send me the email down below with your address. If I don't get it within a reasonable amount of time, let's say maybe 10 days, I'll just go to that second person. And then if I don't get somebody from that second person, I'll go with that third person. So I am shocked. Well, not really shocked, but I'm amazed on how many people around the world are tuning into this channel. I mean, we have Canada, we have Milwaukee, the Philippines, India, Arizona, Argentina, LA, Seattle, Australia, Dominican Republic, Texas, London, Turkey. I mean, just to name a few. We're at Algeria, Greece, Sweden, the UK, Melbourne. I mean, just Scotland, South Africa, North Carolina, the Ukraine. I mean, just to look at all this, it's absolutely amazing that so many people are turning into this channel. So I hope most of you guys are sticking around for this channel. You're not just here for the giveaway. And contact me with the information down below. Like, subscribe, share, turn on that bell notifications. And with all that being said, thank you guys very much for this giveaway. I hope you guys enjoyed the lens video. And with all that being said, we'll see you guys in the next time.